Hi, it's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. Here are the other two journals I wanted to show you today. I know I'm a little bit close, I guess. Let me see if I can... Okay. But as soon as I touch the camera, it moves. Okay. So in this video, I have Love and Delicate. So I'll show you these two. I'll show you Love first, and then see what's happening in Delicate. This is Love, and it's another mini journal, but not as chunky. It's, as the other two I have in the other video there, Charming and Splendid. But it's a different size journal. It still has a little bit of a tassel and on this beautiful crochet and embroidery flower up here. And then an authentic photo as well. This teeny tiny photo. I didn't know they made photos that little, but I do have some in my box of photos. These super tiny ones. So this is a couple in love. And anyways, it's not so much of a romantic journal, but sort of, you know, along the lines. And then a little heart button here. And this beautiful floral fabric, and then my logo over here. And the ribbon is just like a silk ribbon. It has two signatures on this one, and still lots of pages inside for writing and for inspiration and so on. So in this one, we also have a couple in here, and they are enjoying the outside. It is something that I printed on a large index card, and I use it here and there, but even folded, it's still like a little writing spot inside. But they have beautiful spring already. This is paper and some of the lace over here, or, you know, the vintage doily piece, and then butterfly. And this beautiful little collage here, and paper. And then I do have a vintage card over here. This one is also Happy New Year, but I liked the frame of it, and I liked the purple flowers. It reminded me of spring, and beautiful writing in the back always. I don't know. Nowadays we don't do cursive so much, and I know that the kids don't learn a lot of cursive writing, but really they should. I mean, every now and then you have to sign a paper or something. And anyways, here is Japanese crabapple flowers, and I love the white little petals, and some kind of, I don't know if it was a science book or math book maybe, but there are a couple of things in here, some vintage paper and more flowers here. A swan, beautiful swan, and some more in the back as well. Well, in case you want to go on a little road trip, you can use the map here, see where you might go. This piece of paper I just found in the box of postcards, and it was for Valentine's and romance. So I thought, since this is a love journal, I would put it in here, because otherwise it would just go in the garbage. And look at this lady, she's not sure. She's surprised about something from a vintage magazine. And some of my collaging there. Button. Flowering. Birdies. Well, flowers are romantic, right? So we could think of this as a romantic little journal. And some pages to write on. And a pocket here that you can fill. A little bit of intricate lacing over here with beads. And a fabric sample and an extra piece of paper here. And here as well for writing. And in the middle, this is the second signature. This beautiful berries postage stamp, and just a beautiful springy looking spread. And card there, or tag. Sparrows, of course. That's a sign of spring, I think. The sparrows are out there. Beautiful postage stamps with lots of color. And then this is a pocket over here with some beautiful leaves. Sampler. And a beautiful little romantic village and woods. And this is from an actual ledger that I have. I think it's 1960s. And flowers here as well. And a tag here. But you can probably put more in here as well. And a couple of young ones here for their tea. Well, perhaps they're in love. Even young people can fall in love, or at least have a crush, as they call it. And a little town where they go out and about. This is something I printed. The little city view card. And something that I painted. And, you know, in the city, I have to use, sometimes I have these postcards. I know they're a little bit more modern, but I have to use them at some point, or at least I want to use them at some point. And I lost the little painting thing. There we go. So that, you know, it's got beautiful blue sky, so it's still pretty in its own way. And a little bit of a button here. And right at the very back here, I have like a little booklet. So you have pockets in here and things to read or write on, and some postage stamps in the back, and another lady here. So this one is Love. And this one is at the shop right now. And I'll show you Delicate. And I think that's it for right now until I have something else. Okay, so this one is Delicate. This one has a ribbon closure here and a side pocket where I have, this is a printed lady, but I have a little brad here to match the fabric here, which is very delicate here. And I love the orange color, and a little bit of a rhinestone here, and a flower. And in the back, two beautiful flowers and a butterfly. And on this one, instead of a tassel, I did do beads. So you can arrange the beads how you feel you want them. And then in the back, it looks like nasturtium, I believe, on this one. In the back, beautiful red purplish color, or I don't know if that's mauve, maybe that's mauve. And, you know, tabs on the top. And let's see what it looks like inside. And sewing around the cover and around the journal itself. So this one is a little bit different theme. And over here I have this fabric. It is a tablecloth, and it's got this beautifully embroidered little flowers that go with the color in the front. So I wanted to use it, and you can really feel them like they're texturized. And this is also from a card, and I used it to use that similar color and pattern. This one has a stamp on it. So this one actually, oh look, it says a date on here, March 20th, 1913. Wow, this is a really old one. I know some cards are super old. Some are, you know, 40s, 50s, but I do have a few from the early 1900s, but only a few maybe from before that. So anyways, maybe this was an Easter card, but it does have a charming little town here as well. And here's a house that also might go with some colors there, and beads over here. And I just put green to cheer it up even more, but it is quite cheery already. Looks like in the middle of spring or summer. here as well. A Walk in the Woods is always good, and some vintage paper and something I printed with vintage paper in the back. And this is from a book also. I use this one for the orangish red color there. A little bit of a key and fabric sample. So maybe unlock the mysteries with that key of this journal. And little birdies. And this is fabric as well. I did use something different. I'm not sure if I used food dye maybe for this, because it turned out, or cabbage. Cabbage also gives you the purple color. And this is from Sewing Book. A little bit of stenciling on top. And this is a whole, from a vintage magazine, like a whole strip of the advertising, and then some of the quotes in the same color. And a little bit more beads on this tiny little, not paper clip, but what's it called, a safety pin. And then here I have a photo. And here's a lady, looks like she is in the woods somewhere. And she's just taking a picture from behind this tiny little tree. Anyways, it's picture number 105. I didn't stamp that. That was already on there. And some more flowers. And then this is like a little bit of a notebook or scrap paper, you know, for your collaging. And this turned out like a flower. This it is sari fabric here, and this beautiful pink flowers. And over here, a little bit of a map. And this is also, it's almost like it's printed on wax paper or tracing paper, but it is from a vintage sewing magazine. And it's got flowers and leaves. So this was maybe for stenciling or embroidery, probably. And I love this beautiful yellow, like a splash of yellow here. And tabs on the top, of course. And a little bit illustration from a vintage book. And it looks like maybe they're selling bread over here. Also outside, where it's nice. And a little bit of sparkly paper. I put those sparklers on because, you know, have to have something a little bit sparkly. And more birds, and this opens up and has some strips in it. And here's a gentleman, he's enjoying a little nap by the fire. And, looks like the ladies are outside. Little fabric sample that I have of this embroidery. Very, very beautiful. And I love this mustard yellow, I believe, in the color. And then music paper and something I printed also. And in the back as well. But you can write in the back, definitely. And this is a vintage recipe card that I coffee stained. And a little bit more ribbon here in a notebook. A little nap by the fire here too. Or maybe she's doing some kind of, maybe crocheting or something. And here, playing a guitar, all kinds of things you can do, I guess, by the fire. And then here's a flower too that you can put somewhere. It's a little bit sharp on the top, so if you get this, just be careful over here. But you can always round it off if you wish. And a little butterfly there. Lots and lots of birds, more of the sparkly. And here's a whole little card that has vintage postage stamps and a little pocket for each row. And you can probably add some more in there over here in this sparkly paper. This lady's maybe going to take a trip on the boat. And this is in French from the Sewing or Pattern magazine. And I guess this gentleman is taking a trip somewhere. And this is from a book. Maybe some destination over here. Oh, maybe over here. One paper strip there. Beautiful illustrations of plants and flowers. And just color back maybe from 70s or 60s even. That lovely sepia sort of toned color and something I painted there. Yeah. About sewing, dressmaking, a bit more fabric, a little. This is something I printed on graph paper. It's very thin. I like that feel of it. And coffee stained paper here. That's the other side of those houses, or townhouses. Maybe it looks like they're all kind of together. And a splash of color over here in sort of lavender. This is a butterfly I painted. And then punched out with a punch. And this is from a vintage book. Beautiful outdoor scene. And here's another home as well. And maybe on a farm, I'm not sure, or a cottage. And there's a little bird charm here. And in the back on this one, I put this sort of a journaling card. You can write on the front and the back, and there are some flowers there. And this one too, just beautiful. I love the dark colors like the red and so on against the pink. Very pretty. And so this is delicate. And this one's also in my shop right now. And love in this video. So much love out to everyone and have a great day. Thank you for coming by and seeing these. It's Rosie at RoseByNameCo. Thank you. Bye-bye.